Alright then guys, this is Yara here, and today we're going to talk about the top 10 decks post Rage of the Abyss. Rage of the Abyss is about a week away to be legal, and you're going to be able to play with it. I'm actually going to be uh, playing or judging at a regional coming up, and Rage of the Abyss is going to be legal, so I'm very excited about that. So yeah, this is what I think is going to be the top 10 decks, and if you have a different opinion, you can let me know on the comments below. But yeah, let's get started. So at top 10, we have Voiceless Voice. Voiceless Voice has been topping recently every single YCS or regional. A lot of people are choosing to play the Nadir package. Nadir Servant is so good on the deck because that means you could play Ultimate Slayer as well. So you have a lot of ways to be able to break boards. It helps you break the Ubel board. It helps you break a lot of different boards. So Voiceless Voice is a very simple deck. Your turn takes probably like 5 minutes. All you have to do is set up, your Skull Guardian plus your trap card, and then you can decide to get a little bit fancy if you want to, like playing the Silhouette Rabbit and stuff like that. So it's one of my favorite decks. So I think it has a lot of potential. Nothing has changed, so that's why I have Voiceless Voice as number 10. So now at number 9 we have Fire King Snake Eye. So Fire King Courtier Volcanics is coming out in Rage of the Abyss, and a lot of people are hyped because this was already a master duel. So the lines have changed now. So Fire King is an insane deck that has a lot of ways to play during the damage step, which damage step is very confusing to people. So damage step, you're able to crash, special summon from deck, the Garunix. You're able to do so many different things. So this adds more starters to your deck. So you lost some Snake Eye Ashes, but now you can add some Fire King Courtier Volcanic. So it means you get to play the original Fire King Avatar Garunix, which is a pretty cool card. So it makes OTKs, you know, uh, it helps you link climb because you have to summon it in defense position, but it helps you link climb even more. So, but it's a very very good card. So that's why I have Fire King Snake Eyes as number 9. So now for number 8 we have Labyrinth. So Labyrinth benefits a lot from this combo decks being popular because a lot of people don't have that much back row removal. Plus, Labyrinth is a timeless deck. In my opinion, it's one of those decks that will always be meta because of the way that the Lady Labyrinth works. So you're able to set anything from deck that you need. So it doesn't matter what the meta is, you're gonna be able to set that, right? Like D barrier, whatever, right? So uh, I think that Labyrinth is one of those timeless decks that will always be meta as long as some of the cards in their deck are still legal. So yeah, that's why you have Labyrinth as number 8. So now we have Fluunder. You might be wondering why is Fluunder is here. It's a budget deck, so if you're struggling with the budget, like if you're struggling with money or anything, you can buy this. I would say probably under $20, and a friend might be able to give it to you for like 15 or 10 or something. So it's a very cheap deck, and a lot of people are gonna be coming out, are gonna be getting rid of the Molcharmy that lets you draw when you normal summon from or special summon from hand for the new 4 hours. So that benefits Fluunderies a lot. Plus, its shifter is still at 3, right? I believe that shifter is the maxi of the TCG, but maxi got semi-limited, so I don't know about that. But we still have this at 3, so I mean, Flu, as long as shifter is still around, I know it lost Pot of Prosperity, but now you have some new ways to play. You have the spell that lets you tribute your opponent's monsters that came out in the last set. Uh, so you have a couple of ways to uh, adjust this deck to the meta. So as long as Shifter is still around, I think Flu will still be a good deck. So that's why we have this as number 7. So now for number 6, we have Avalon, recast on Avalon. So I do think that the Ragnarok cards are very good in this deck because it gives you more one card combos. And before I never put this deck in a tier list, but like on the top 5 or top 10. But now, it's topped enough times, getting top 2, top 4 as big events. I think I just can't avoid it anymore, right? It's like my fate. I have to address this. I think this deck is pretty good, right? It's able to build some pretty good boards. Plus, you have a way to gain life. So if you ever get the time, you're able to just gain life and just win basically because of the time rule. So But you know, you don't even need the time rules. A lot of times you can just build some pretty strong boards and just basically FTK your opponent. So yep. Then we have the Momento. Momento, you can either choose to play it pure or with the Fiendsmith stuff, but either way, it's good. Plus, they're going to be getting a new card. You're seeing it on the screen, Akihiron. So, this is able to uh, let you recycle stuff from the banish pile, right? Before we didn't have any ways to recycle stuff from the banish pile. So, now if we get Shifter or if we get Bestial or anything like that, we have a way to recycle that. So, I think this is easily a one-off. So, um, I think that it would be cool if Momento ever got like a Link Monster or another fusion. But so far, every fusion has just been S tier. Honestly, both fusions so far have been amazing. So Konami has been doing a great job with this deck. So has a lot of one card starters as well. You know, so yeah, you have a lot of ways to play with this deck. You're able to dodge Imperm with your quick play. You're able to set up the Cranium Burst to have like an Appaloosa basically in the back row. So yeah, this deck has a lot of potential. So then for top 4, we have Centurion. So Centurion's going to be getting a main deck monster and a synchro. The main deck monster is similar to Phantom, where you're able to change an effect. So a lot of people are speculating like, oh wait, is this going to be a soft once per turn, or like how is this going to work? But it is confirmed that it's a hard once per turn. So but even now, I mean, that's still pretty good, right? You end up on another interruption, so through your engine. So I think that's amazing. So Centurion also has a lot of one card starters. They lost uh, the FTK that got banned, but even now, I mean, you still have some pretty good synchros. Now you have the Omni Negate that treats itself as cost, which is insane to me because even if you negate it, it still comes back. So uh, I think that Centurion is a pretty good deck. It's a pretty good deck, honestly. And then you can mix it with like Whitewood, so you could play just pure. So yeah, that's why I have Centurion as the number 4 deck. So now for the number 3 deck, you might be wondering, number 3, like what? Isn't this the best deck? No, I don't think this is the best deck anymore post Rage of the Abyss. Uh, I mean, but Ubel is still an insane deck, right? Phantom being able to summon it 2-3 times per turn to link climb to negate, then you're able to recycle it back. So I mean, this card is insane. It single-handedly is carrying the Ubel stuff. So uh, I mean, as long as Phantom is still around, this deck is gonna be meta. So um, plus they're able to utilize stuff like the Unchained Yama. They're able to utilize stuff like the Fiendsmith cards. So I mean, he has a lot of. Uh, then he can summon Aerial Eater to just dump like a Samsara or Phantom Ubel. So I mean, this deck is pretty strong. Like the end board is scary because it ends up on a trap card, Omni Negate, Monster Negate. You know, the Unchained Link 2 that's able to go into SP. So it's like 1, 2, 3 interruptions just out of that because you take the body. That's 1 interruption. Then your SP banish. That's another interruption. Then SP banish again. That's 3 interruptions just out of a Link 2, which is insane, right? But anyways, Ubel is a powerhouse, so that's why I have it at number 3. So now for the number 2 deck, we have Tempai. So Tempai benefits a lot from the new Molcharmi Furorus. Furorus is an $150 card at the moment, so good luck. I mean, you can still play without it, right? You can just play like Dark Holes or stuff like that. But I mean, that card is pretty good, especially because you don't have to drop it in the draw phase. So your opponent summons from hand, then summons again, then you drop it, and now they have to think, wait, do I want to keep summoning from the extra deck? Do I want to summon from deck? So you benefit a lot for that. Plus Shifter, plus you OTK basically. So your opponent cannot afford to just pass against Tempai, right? So they actually have to do something, otherwise they just kind of lose. So yeah, and then with all these Link Climb decks, like Plants or like Dragon Link or all these decks that are running around, the new Molcharmi card is going to be insane against those decks. So Tempai benefits the most basically because you have to have no cards to be able to drop that card. So and you're going to blind second, so of course you're going to have no cards. So yeah, Tempai is a powerhouse. So that's why I have Tempai as number 2. So now for the number 1, I don't think anybody's gonna be shocked. So it's gonna be Snake Eye Asamina. So they got more starters and they got another Omni Negate, which is funny to me that Konami's like, oh, don't worry guys, we're gonna fix the meta. We're gonna get rid of some other 1 card starters. We're gonna get rid of Baron, the Omni Negate. Oh wait, would you look at that? You have more starters and another Omni Negate. So in case you didn't know, this is an Omni Negate. So and they're able to set this up during their combo. So now they have an Omni Negate, which is just silly, right? So yeah, we're back to Omni Negates on Snake Eyes. So plus they're able to use, some of the strongest cards in the game, like the Engraver, the Fiendsmith stuff. They're able to use stuff like the Princess. Princess is an insane card because it's an interruption in the graveyard. So it's kind of hard to interact with unless you have something like Call By, but Call By is at 1. And I mean, Snake Eyes, we all know that they were only going to be temporarily hit, in the little short span between the Balanced and when Rage of the Abyss comes out. But now that Rage of the Abyss is around the corner, you're going to be seeing a lot of Snake Eyes at the top table. So hope you're excited about that, right? It doesn't get any better than that. But yeah, I would say that would be my tier list. So let me know what you guys think. Not tier list, my top 10 decks. But let me know what you guys think on the comments below. But I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.